Here's the thing, this industry that we're in, this online business space, it feeds us one really consistent lie all the time. And it's a really harmful, super toxic lie. It keeps too many business owners plateauing, stuck, and sometimes even prevents them from really getting started. And this pisses me off. I am sick of this lie. And so on today's show, I'm here to break down this lie, expose it for what it really is, and show you why it's not your fault if you've succumbed to the negative consequences of believing this. It's time to empower ourselves with the truth, my love. And with it, unlock more ease, more abundance, and more joy. So come on, let's go dismantle this lie. You're listening to the Limitless Mother Podcast. I'm your host, Corey Javid, money mindset expert, success coach, mother, tea drinker, energy obsessed manifester, afternoon bath lover, and thought leader in financial empowerment for mums. I know that we get to be successful because we are mothers, not in spite of it. And so around here, we do things differently. I've torn up the business rulebook and created a new paradigm for us, one in which we create results using energy instead of effort. I'm on a mission to help you ditch the old way of creating success. You know, the one where you work hard, hustle, and sacrifice, and instead teach you how to increase your impact and income without increasing your hours and how to manifest your dreams. So, if you're a mother who's ready to learn how to elevate your energy to start making bank and start living your limitless life, this is your podcast, my love. And I'm your new biz bestie. Join me as we explore what's possible for us as mothers and business owners when we remove the limits. Hello, Limitless Mothers. It's me, Corey Javid, your business bestie from CoreyJavid.com. Oh, and on the point of being your self-proclaimed business bestie, are you receiving my Biz Bestie voice memos? If you're not, you're totally missing out. Just going to say that. Head over to CoreyJavid.com/bestie to sign up and find out more. These are totally different. They're nothing like the podcast. They're nothing like anything else I see anybody else doing out there. And those of you who have signed up are loving them. So I must tell all of you about them. Go sign up. Enjoy them. Hello, my love. How are you doing? I hope you're having a fabulous week. I'm having a pretty good week over here. Can't deny it. I've been out for a couple of walks with friends, which was lovely. So good for the soul to be doing things like that again. Tonight, my husband and I have a date night. We have a bottle of champagne chilling, and we're going to get takeaway from our favorite Indian place, which does like really different Indian food, which I really like. And yeah, celebrating. I'm celebrating having just... Well, I wasn't going to celebrate this. I actually started chilling the champagne just because. And then I was like, as soon as you just put some champagne into chill, then there's always something to celebrate. This is just how I roll, right? You know I love to celebrate. Celebrating's mandatory around here. I'm celebrating something really cool. In fact, I was talking about it in a Biz Bestie voice memo, so I will leave you to hear all the full details there. But in a nutshell, yesterday I moved a lump sum of money into a pension. Yes, it is sexy. Go and listen to the voice memo and you'll find out why. And that amount of money, it occurred to me, was very close to the sum of money that I used to earn, that I used to take home in an entire year when I was in my corporate job. And I just, had it there hanging around in my business account and thought, yeah, I'll put this in my pension. How life changes. This, I just wanted to share that because this is how life gets to be, right? We get to be creating more and more abundance with more and more ease in our lives. If I can do it, my love, you can do it. And hey, if you don't want to be putting lump sums into pensions, first of all, you should go and listen to my voice memo about that. Maybe I can change your mind. But you get to do you, boo. You do what you like with your money, but you get to be earning more and more with ease. And if you're not, we should totally talk. actually, on that point, before we get into today's show, you know that earning more money with ease, making income and impact, importantly, without increasing our hours, by using our energy instead of effort, you know that's my jam, it's my superpower, it's my raison d'etre, it's my life force, it's why I'm here. So if you want me to unleash some of my magic into you and your business, you should totally head over to CoreyJavid.com/elevate. Get your buns on that wait list. There's not going to be many more calls for that, my love. And you will find out first about spaces in the Elevated Abundance Mastermind, which is all about coming together, leveraging your feminine energy as a collective of women and creating business magic, which equates to bulging bank accounts, bliss, all that jazz. So if you want to find out first about spaces and be entitled to an exclusive discount should you decide to enroll, then that's the place to be, the waitlist. CoreyJavid.com/elevate. There should be a handy dandy link there in the information of this very episode in your podcast player. So you could go, pause this, sign up now, and then come back. You done? Cool, my love. So let's get into today's topic. I'm feeling a bit spicy and fiery today because this lie just straight up pisses me off. I'm not going to deny it. And I've kind of like railed against it myself. I struggled against it when I was in the first year of my business. Every now and then, even since then, I mean, probably not in the last year, but even for a good while after that, even though I understood that it was a lie, every now and then I would succumb to the thinking of the lie, and it's just so prevalent, and we are force-fed this lie. If you're a business owner in the online space, the likelihood, and you engage in any kind of social media, the likelihood is that you are force-fed this lie. So it's quite hard, because it's so ubiquitous, it's quite hard to see around it and zoom out and see it for what it is sometimes. And then the thing with this lie, and the reason why it pisses me off so much, is because it really prevents so many women, probably men too, right? But I'm here to serve you as a woman. So it prevents so many business owners, though, from actually creating the success that they deserve and are worthy of, because they are, succumbing to the negative consequences of this lie, and it just holds people back, keeps people stuck, and I say no more. So let's rip this lie apart, shall we, today? Look at what the truth is and just feel so much better. But I just wanted to say that it did take me a good while to fully get that this is a lie and to kind of like understand it and see it for what it is. And so it's not your fault if you've succumbed to this too. Like I said, we are really force-fed this in so many ways. So let's just get straight to this lie. Oh, actually, but first, I'm being annoying. That wasn't intentional. But first, before we do, I just want you to have a think about where you're at in your business, because if you have felt like you're plateauing a bit, maybe things have slided backwards, maybe you feel a little bit stuck at a current income level. Maybe you can't quite get your business off the ground or can't quite get the momentum that you'd like. Maybe you feel really ready to take things to the next level, but there's something that seems to be blocking you and getting in your way. Wherever you are, my love, if you're not just on that easy breezy upward trajectory in your business, then you're going to like today's episode, because it could well be this lie that, you might have accidentally bought into, that's holding you back. And so if we shine a light on it today, then guess what? You take back the power from the lie, learn the truth, and use that in your business and life to make more money with more ease. That's what we're about around here, right? So let's get straight into it. So I will now just cut to the chase and share the lie. I'll share the lie, and then I'm going to tell you about how it's fed to us and the harm that it actually does, and how to know if you've been succumbing to this lie, just so that we're really clear and so that you can actually really take this and put this into action today. So here is the lie. The lie is that strategy comes first. Now, here I'm always talking about the importance of mindset and the importance of energy work, right? But I know that even hearing that, it's very easy, and I say this because this was me at one point, it's very easy to hear about mindset work, the inner work, energy work, whatever you want to call it, and think, yeah, that sounds great. but still to see it as like a nice to have, or something that's a bit fluffy, a bit woo-woo, like a bit lovely, like a lovely thing to do if you have a spare hour, but not actually essential to your business. And actually the thing that separates successful people from people who are struggling is that they know what comes first is not actually strategy, right? It is the inner work. And here's the thing, that's actually a really, really harmful lie that we're told. So to be told all of the time, and we are, and we'll get into how we are in a minute, but to be told all of the time that strategy comes first means that we put focus and attention in the wrong things in the wrong order. And that's what keeps so many people stuck. Like, I would wager millions of people actually with online businesses are stuck or plateauing or not getting the traction or the momentum that they could be creating, not making the income, but also not making the impact that their business could be making, because they've been believing this lie. And it's not their fault, because not enough people are out there trashing this life for what it is. And we'll talk about why people are, putting this lie out there. So first of all, let's look at how we're fed this lie. Mainly in the advertising that we receive in the online space. I don't know about you, but every time I'm on Instagram or Facebook, I'm fed ads, which is some new person in front of me telling me that they have the key to success. And it is this way of leveraging a Facebook group to make money. It is this really killer way of writing copy. It is this really fancy funnel hacking strategy. It is this way of exploding your Instagram growth, etc., etc., etc. What do all of those things have in common? They're all strategies and tactics, right? And so because we are so force-fed these ads, and because it's such the dominant topic in the online marketing, online business space, is all about, how to do all of these different strategies. And every person out there peddling one of these strategies is vying for your attention and screaming really loudly that they've got the key and this strategy did this for them, and etc., etc. And the thing is that I think some of the time these people out there peddling this lie, they probably don't even realize that they're feeding into this, and that what they're doing is peddling a lie, because that strategy may well have worked for them, but it's not the whole story, and it's not the complete picture. And when we are only selling strategy, we're not selling the whole cure, so to speak. So we're not selling the whole solution. We're only selling part of it, and part of it that can't work without the inner work, without the mindset work to back it up. It just cannot. This is just a fact. This is just how life works. So we're fed this, like force-fed it, like I said, through advertising a lot of the time, online, like all day, every day. If you're hanging out in any social media spaces and the algorithms know that you're a business owner, these are the type of things that come across your path, right? If you've managed not to, if you're listening to this and you're like, I've literally never seen an ad on any of those topics, then let's talk, because you're obviously doing something right on social. That's not letting the algorithm know that these are the kind of things that you should be paying attention to. But let's just talk about like why we're sold strategy everywhere as the answer. And this lie is so prevalent. It's because it's an easy thing to sell, because we are conditioned as humans to look for validation and answers outside of ourselves. And so, of course, it appeals to the part of us that feels lacking and feels like other people know the answers. It appeals to the imposter syndrome in us. It appeals to the person that doesn't quite feel worthy or validated, thinks that everybody else has some kind of secret. And that if we could only know what it is that they're doing and follow that, then we'd suddenly be successful like them. So it appeals to our kind of like our weaknesses and our vulnerabilities. And so it's very effective. And so because it's so effective to peddle strategy as the answer, it's very profitable, right? And so that's one of the reasons why this is such a ubiquitous, prevalent lie is because it's a very profitable one. Because it literally creates that shiny object syndrome. And, all you need is to have some great results and be waving and saying, hey, look at me over here. I did steps 1 through 7 and created this result. You can do the same. And it just simply isn't true. So that's how we're force-fed this lie. This is how it's showing up for us all of the time. And maybe you've totally succumbed to that. So I definitely did. When I was in the early stages of my business, I've talked about it before, I was in that content consumption, like ravenous situation. And I don't totally regret it because I did learn some things that, it's good to have a knowledge of strategy generally. Of course, and like I always say, I am not actually against strategy. We'll talk about strategy in a minute. It's just when we put it in the incorrect order, we put incorrect attention and priority and importance on strategy, it's actually really harmful to us as business owners. So, but yeah, I've totally been there. I totally was there kind of like watching all the webinars, downloading all of the, freebies, looking for the answer outside of myself in all of the strategies. And I got totally, swept along in it and was totally succumbing to the shiny object syndrome. I'm like, oh, wait, no, maybe I actually need this over here. Oh, no, wait, that looks good. That looks like shiny. They seem to be getting results. Let me try. Oh, it's not working. Oh, no, let me go over here. And the problem is like I said, that it creates actually a ton of harm, I believe. And that's why I really feel strongly about blowing this wide open today. So let's talk about that harm that it does to us as business owners. So let's just look at it, like zoom out for a second. If we try a strategy, if we succumb to the shiny object syndrome, we see somebody peddling one way of doing things, whether it could be literally anything, it doesn't matter. It could be start a YouTube channel and that will be the key to your success. It could be, create a Facebook group and that will be your key to success, or create a webinar, the money's in the webinars, and that could be your key to success. It doesn't matter which strategy. But how it harms us is not the actual strategy itself, it's how it's presented to us as being the key and the thing that we're missing. Because what can happen is, if we're not doing the inner work, if we're not doing our mindset work and our energetic work to be tuned into our truth, into our integrity, into our alignment and our own sources of creativity and inspiration, and we're just looking for answers outside of ourselves, and we take this strategy from this person online, could be free, maybe we paid for it, maybe it was in a course, who knows, and we try it and it doesn't work. Here's how it's really, really harmful. First of all, we've wasted that time. We've put our energy in the wrong place first. So the old saying, if you're going to cut down a tree, sharpen the saw first. It's like, you've just picked up a blunt saw and you're just hacking at this tree and it's knackering and you can't actually get it down right because you thought that just going at the tree with the saw was the thing. And actually, no, having a sharp saw is the thing. So it doesn't work, or it doesn't get the results that we want. Because if we're in a state where we haven't done the inner work, we're not in a state of positive expectation. We don't feel like we deserve the results. We're not feeling worthy of receiving them at a subconscious level. We're not feeling confident that we can create success. When it's looking like the strategy isn't working, we give up on it too quickly. How many times have you given up on a strategy before 90 days are through? You need 90 days before you even make any kind of decision on a strategy. And even then, likelihood is you just need to make some tweaks and adjustments and continue for another 90 days. But because we are fed so many messages in any given day about, no, this is the thing, no, this is the thing, no, this is the thing. As soon as we don't start getting results, then we start questioning, well, maybe this wasn't the thing that I tried. I'm going to stop and start something else. And very quickly, we can be hopping from strategy to strategy, not getting the kinds of results that we want, and then blaming ourselves. And this is why it's so harmful. And this is why I'm so passionate about talking about this, because this is what I do not want, because that erodes our confidence in ourselves as business owners. It erodes our belief that we can do this. And that shows up and impacts even further the action that we're taking. We can start to feel despondent. We can start feeling burnt out and overwhelmed. We can start wondering, maybe it's just me. Maybe I just suck. Maybe I'm just not good enough. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this. And it's not your your fault if you've succumbed to that. And this is why I really want this like message to be heard, that if you've tried a strategy and it hasn't worked out, it's not your fault, because you've been told, you've been spun a lie. You've been told that, oh no, this strategy is the thing. And so we then infer like, oh, if that person over there got those shiny results from this strategy and I've not been able to, I must be the one that sucks. I'm the difference in the equation here. It must be me. And that is so, so harmful, because what we really need as entrepreneurs, as business owners, is we need to have that sense that and that feeling that we can do this, we can make it happen, we can figure it out. We need to be working on our inner feelings of confidence and self-belief in order to keep the ball rolling on our business and to keep things moving forward. Whereas this is so harmful because it has the opposite effect. So can you see how this can play out? And maybe you're even noticing already, maybe like the aha alarm bells are going off in your head and you're like, oh my goodness, this has been the thing keeping me stuck, is I've never stuck with one strategy. Again, not your fault, because you are fed so many different strategies all day, every day. It's very easy to get distracted. And you're also told like, oh, I had these really quick results using this strategy. And so if you don't get the same quick results, you think, oh, this isn't going to work for me. I must suck. I'll have to move on, or maybe I'll find the answer somewhere else. So maybe you're noticing that, yes, I haven't given enough time to the strategies that I've been using. Maybe you've noticed that, yes, you've been believing that the answer is in the strategy and that there's something, maybe wrong with you because you haven't been able to create success in your business. If you've not been able to create success yet in your business, my love, there is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing that you are missing as a person. There is nothing about you that isn't worthy or deserving or ready. It's simply that you have been potentially buying into this lie and putting your attention and focus in the wrong places and trying to work essentially from the outside in. And when we try and work from the outside in, it just never works. And when it does work a little bit, it's never long lasting. It's never fulfilling. And it's not a sustainable way to grow a business that you adore and that supports you, which you know what I'm all about. So can you see how this is really harmful to us as business owners if we're believing this? It wastes so much time when you could have just had like one really simple, really straightforward strategy, which, by the way, are the only kind of strategies that I ever deal in. With my clients. That's why I don't talk about strategy on the show, because I don't want to feed into this lie, right? I like strategy. I love strategy in many ways, but I just know that it needs to be put in its proper place. And I don't want to be talking about it on the show and making you believe that this one strategy that I've used in my business is going to be the thing that's going to work for you, because it's missing the point. And so going back to what I was just saying, it wastes so much time when you could have, instead of hopping between strategy and strategy and spending periods having like lulls between them, feeling like in a state of despair and feeling like that this means something about you, which it actually doesn't, and just having those kind of like negative consequences, it just takes up so much energy, so much time, such a waste, when you could have one really straightforward strategy that you're just showing up for, rinsing and repeating. It's so clear that it doesn't create any scope or room for feeling muddled or confusion. It means that it's really easy for you to show up for and repeat on a daily basis. It means that you can stick with it for that minimum 90-day period. And it also means that that you aren't wasting the time of like hopping between thing and thing, picking up, putting down, picking up, putting down. That's when you start getting results. It's when you have a simple to execute strategy, but also the energy and the mindset to show up for them consistently until you start getting results, not making the lack of results in the meantime while the strategy's bedding in mean something about you, because guess what? They don't. But this is not how we're set up online, because I could go into a whole spiel and I won't. I could totally get even higher on my soapbox here and start yelling about how our culture in general sets us up to believe that we're not good enough and not worthy, and that we need to be seeking things and validation outside of ourselves in order to feel like, valid and worthy finally. But this plays into it too, right? Because what happens is the strategy doesn't work because we either haven't given it enough time, and in all likelihood, we haven't brought the mindset and the energy to it that's required to make it a success, because we didn't know that we needed to do that. And so, of course, it isn't working. And then when it doesn't work, because we're conditioned to feel like we're the problem always because we're not worthy, we're not good enough, then, of course, the conclusion that we make is, see, more evidence that I suck. See, I'm never going to be able to do this. So this is why I really wanted to bring this to you, because it's super harmful. It's a really toxic lie that's actually peddled out there. And it's time that more people started talking about the truth around it. And I really wanted to get into it today in specifics, because I know I tell you like only all the time that mindset is the thing. And it's not just because that's what I sell. I live it. I breathe it. This is how I get results for my clients, right? It's the truth, and unlocking that truth made such a big deal in my life. It made such a change. And in fact, I went for a walk with my friend Sarah on Wednesday, I think it was, and I can't remember how we got into the conversation, but she said, like, do you sometimes pinch yourself that you kind of changed your life so much from like where you were in your corporate days and like how you are now, like loving life with this business that you adore, you know, etc., etc. And I was like, yeah, I do. I still pinch myself. That isn't because I stumbled upon some fancy strategy, my love. No, like I could lay out for you all of the strategy that I've used in my business. You'd see it's very simple, very straightforward, probably disappointingly simple. Because you're like, oh, especially if you have been believing in the lie. And you would see that the thing that's made it happen again and again and again is mindset. That's why I'm so passionate about busting this lie open, because it just isn't simply how life works. So let's just talk about that for a second, and how strategy being at the forefront just isn't how life and business works if you want to get results. So, you know that I've talked about this quite a few times probably on the podcast before, and this isn't something that I've created. This is well acknowledged, well sort of documented, just how human experience works, right? We start at the top. And the top is the beliefs, the thoughts that you're having, the things that you believe to be true. That's your mindset. Down from there are the feelings that are provoked, so that those energetic qualities in your body, those two things combine, your beliefs and your feelings, to infuse any action you take. Now, that's where strategy comes in, right? Because if you have a strategy, you're taking action in alignment with that strategy in order to implement that strategy. You are bringing to that action that you're taking, you are bringing to that strategy your belief system and your feelings, which combine to create your energy. Your energy is infusing the action that you take. And that's why this is so critical. That's why starting at the point of action, or AKA strategy, is the wrong place to start, my love, if you want to be creating different results in your business. Oh yeah, so let's just go through the whole flow. So that I complete this. So we start at the top, your beliefs. Those feed into your feelings, your emotions. Those two things combine and feed into the actions that you take. And then the action flows down into the outcomes, the results, and the experience of life that you are creating. So that's not something I've just made up. That's not just shit I've made up. That's just how life works. And this is why it's a lie that we're being fed, that the strategy is the thing. Because saying the strategy is the thing is saying that if you want to create different results, different outcomes for yourself, you start way down there, just one step above the outcomes and the results. No, that's the definition of insanity, right? So, you know, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same things again and again and expecting different results, right? Yes. So that would be if you had a strategy that you were implementing and that your mindset sucked, but you just kept doggedly thinking that the strategy was the thing. It's the same, right? It's doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results. If you want different results, my love, you must start at the top at the point of your beliefs, your belief system and your thoughts, aka your mindset. If you want to create true change in your business, if you want to create easier results, if you want to create a better life experience, you must start at the top there. If you start down there at actions and strategy, you're wasting so much time because you're not working at the root. And so that's what I'm talking about when I say that we need to be working from the inside out. Otherwise, it's just futile, to be perfectly honest. So let me just tell you a bit of an analogy to kind of drive this point home. So I've already said before, and I do like the analogy, that having a strategy with a sucky mindset or energy is like having a car with no fuel, right? It might look great, but it's going nowhere if there's no fuel in the tank. So just building on that analogy a little bit, when we are thinking that the answer to making more money more consistently in our business is taking more action or implementing a new strategy or taking more action in a strategy that we've already started, if we think that is the key to creating movement, forward momentum, it's the same as in this analogy, wondering why this car's not moving and changing the tires, like getting underneath it, jacking up the car, getting all hot and sweaty and grubby, changing the tires, and then putting the key in the ignition, nothing. You're like, oh, damn it. And then thinking, oh, okay, there's obviously something with the engine, taking the engine apart, putting it back together, turning the ignition, nothing. You're like, oh, well, then it's got to be the actual ignition system, taking the ignition off, changing it. There's going to be a limit to this analogy because there's only so much I know about cars. My husband's a complete petrol head, so I probably know more than most. But anyway, changing the ignition and then putting in the key and turning it on and nothing. And the whole time, all that you needed to do was put some petrol in the tank. You were focusing on making changes to the car, taking action around the car, and not actually fueling the car. It's exactly the same in your business, my love. You can take all the action that you want. You can change strategy all that you want. If your mindset is telling you that you're not going to be successful, if you are not believing that you're worthy of receiving success, if you do not believe that you're worthy of charging good sums of money for the thing that you do, if you do not believe that it's possible for you to earn money without working hard, I mean, I could go on and on, then you won't. We get what we believe. We need to be the thing before we can have the thing. And that's why it starts from the inside out. So this is why it's such a toxic lie. Can you see now? Because it's just causing so many business owners to be chasing their tails, running themselves into the ground, trying to make strategies the thing that saves them, the thing that creates money, and the thing that creates consistency, when actually they're starting in the wrong place. They're putting all of the effort and energy and attention in the wrong place. And it makes me really sad. It makes me really sad when I see women who have so much to give. They have a beautiful business that, like, in so many ways, because it's set to serve, it's set up to create a really beautiful impact, and these are talented, gifted women, and they have succumbed to this lie, and they are wasting time doubting themselves, feeling like they need to prove to themselves that they can take more action, that they could be more efficient, more productive, that they can, implement this new strategy that they found, that they signed up for, and then they might start working on their mindset. Then they might start putting some time and attention onto their energy, and then they'll feel worthy of doing that. And it breaks my heart because it's the wrong way around. And so let's look at the truth. Well, we've kind of been talking about it already anyway. But the truth is, if you want different results, my love, in your business, do not start with your strategy. Yeah, you're going to need a strategy, like I keep saying. I'm not saying that strategy is wrong or evil. It's just not the thing. So the truth is, if you want different results, if you want to be earning, for example, more money, or earning more money with more ease, taking time off, all of these things that are so easy actually to create once you start doing the inner work, then start on the inside, my love. It has to begin with you. It doesn't begin outside of you. Start at the top of that flow with your belief system, with your feelings, with the energy that those create. And when you do that, You can do the same action in your business and have an entirely different result because you have infused it with this different quality of energy. Let's just look at one action that you can take and how it could be different. Let's say you had to get on a sales call and have a conversation with somebody about the possibility of working together. If you have a belief system that asking for money is wrong, if you are believing that you are maybe a bit of an imposter and possibly not good enough at what you do, and that maybe this person is going to find out, maybe you're having thoughts and feelings like, what if they sign up to work with me and they don't like what I do and I disappoint them? Maybe you're having feelings like, I don't know if I can cope with this kind of work. We could go on and on. You're having negative thoughts and feelings and subconscious beliefs as well sometimes that aren't even there at the forefront that you're totally aware of. Then you bring those to that call. How's that call going to go? Not well. So it's the same action. You're getting on the call, but how you show up for that call, entirely different. Whereas if you have worked on your belief systems, you feel that you are worthy of receiving success. You feel excited to serve this person in front of you instead of worried about it. You feel totally great about accepting payment for the work that you do and you see it as a really even exchange. Then you show up with an entirely different energy, and that person picks up on it, and how you show up on that call is influenced by that energy. And so you would get an entirely different outcome. You have the same person on the same call at the same time of day, and the energy and the mindset that you bring to that are going to be the thing that makes it go either way. It's going to make or break. So that's the truth here. The truth is that if you want different results, you want different outcomes, you want to be making more money consistently, you have to start on the inside, my love. It can't be a nice to have anymore. It has to be a non-negotiable. It's a business activity, doing the mindset work, doing the energetic work. It doesn't even have to take a long time, so don't even let that be an excuse. But let's just, accept the truth for what it is and start putting proper attention and focus on the inner work, because I really want to see you succeeding, my love. I really want to see you making the kind of money you deserve to be making, enjoying the freedom that comes with it, making the kind of impact that I know that your business can make, and doing it with such ease and joy and abundance and not with struggle. And I know that this is the thing that makes the difference on that front. And so if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been plateauing, if this has all been resonating with you today, I really want you to remember that it's not your fault, because we have been really force-fed these messages, really conditioned to believe that the action, that the strategy are the thing. But I just want to also talk about something, because I want to give strategy its credit where it's due and talk about what happens when you do start from the inside out. When you put your energy and your mindset first, guess what? Then you actually are open to seeing the strategy that's going to work perfectly for you, which is otherwise locked away because you're looking outside of yourself all of the time. And it's really interesting how really great strategy follows a really great mindset every single time I see it. So in fact, literally just this week, I had one of my group calls for my Elevated Abundance Mastermind, and one of the women, she came on the call, and she loves herself some strategy, and she wants to be selling something in particular in her business, and there's circumstantial reasons why she can't use the same strategy that she would normally use. So she's literally physically prevented from using that strategy. I won't go into the whys. It's not really important here. And so what we did on that call, though, is we shifted her energy and her mindset and how she was thinking about selling, how she was thinking about the possibility that was offered on here. We looked at what she was believing to be true about how she could sell, how she could connect with people, how she could create relationships. And within a few minutes of working on her mindset and her energy, poof, a really excellent idea for a simple but really effective strategy just appeared, but she wasn't able to see it until she'd got her mindset and her energy on point. And now she's really excited about going and executing that strategy, whereas before she was feeling like, oh, I don't know, now that I can't do this other strategy, I don't know if that same kind of result's going to be available to me. And so do you see how the thing that we didn't start with brainstorming strategy. We didn't need to brainstorm it. We started with getting her mindset, her beliefs, her energy, her feelings behind what she desired to call in. And the best strategy came from her and came so easily. So this is like just one example. I could like bore you with a catalogue of examples, or wow you, I should say, because actually they are pretty impressive, of examples of how this pans out. But I really hope that today I've got you thinking about how you might have been succumbing to this lie. Start seeing these ads, these people online peddling this for what it is. They're just, wanting to make money, and like there's nothing wrong with strategy. Like go ahead and buy yourself something that pertains to strategy. If it comes from a place of true alignment, if you've done your mindset work first, if you've got your energy on point first, and if it feels in total alignment with your inner guidance system, so start from the inside out. And actually a lot of the time, the answers that you need are just revealed to you with such ease. You don't need to be out there looking for it. They come to you. So I hope today's episode has been really useful. I hope it's been just liberating, really, to shine a light on maybe some of the reasons why you've been feeling stuck. You've maybe not been achieving the kinds of results that you want to achieve in your business yet. Maybe this has been like a real aha light bulb moment for you. And I just really want you to feel empowered by today's episode, because we're actually taking back the power here. We're taking back the power from everybody out there who's saying that they have the answer. No, my love, you have the answers within, but you will only unlock them once you start that work on the inside and give yourself permission to do that. So that's just the other thing that I want to mention here, is that it's not just about understanding that the mindset work isn't a nice to have, it's a non-negotiable. It's the thing, it's the driving force of your business, right? It's your singular most valuable asset. That's why when you invest in your asset of your mindset and your belief system and your energy, it pays just the most phenomenal dividends. You always get the biggest return on it, right? But it's not just a non-negotiable. Like it also comes down to feeling worthy of doing that work on yourself, because that's the other thing that I unfortunately see too many women succumb to, is that it's a kind of a double lie here. It's like a double trap. Is that we believe this lie that the industry tells us that strategy is the thing that we put first. And then also, even sometimes if we are starting to come around to the idea that actually that might not be true, and starting to see the truth that we need to start on the inside first, that we need to have our mindset on point, we need to have our energy on point. Then the other wall that I can see people come up against, and I was there back at the very, very beginning of my business too. Luckily, I broke through it very quickly because I understood this, but I know that it's easy to fall at this second hurdle then, which is feeling worthy of investing time, maybe investing money in the kind of support or tools or structures that you need to do that inner work, to do that mindset work, to have your energy on point, because that is the second thing that I see women come up against. If they haven't fallen prey to the lie about strategy coming first, then unfortunately too often I see women falling prey to the corrosive impact of being conditioned to believe that we're not worthy, and not feeling comfortable putting ourselves first, not feeling comfortable with investing in ourselves, not feeling comfortable with accepting that we need support, not feeling comfortable with receiving time, energy, an investment that's required, and feeling like, I will just prove first that I can do this, and then I'll invest in the support that I need. No. The wrong way round. Always the wrong way round. We need the support first, and then we get the results, right? But I see too many women toiling against that and feeling like, I really know that I need some support, maybe with the mindset, with the inner work. but I'm going to wait until my business is making more money in order to secure that for myself. And can you see how that's the wrong way round, my love? You need to be getting the support in order to get your mindset and your energy on point, in order to be making consistent money. And it happens so much more quickly when we do, right? So it can be a double trap. So I just wanted to kind of point that out, because I know that sometimes once we shine a light on this lie, you can be like, oh my goodness, yes, I get it. But then bang, we can run into another wall in that not feeling worthy of investing the time. So maybe it just comes down to quite simply not feeling worthy of making the time to do a little bit of mindset work every day. Or maybe it goes a step beyond that, of not feeling worthy of investing in yourself and the support that you need to have your mindset and your energy supported. So and like I said, I don't just talk this, I walk this. So this is how I live. I always put my energy and my mindset first. Strategy follows on from there. And I work on feeling worthy of receiving that gift of time and money and investment in myself and in my energy and in my mindset. Like I said, it always pays dividends. And so at this point, it's very easy. But I know that in the beginning, it took some work. It took some work to feel like, yes, I can do this. I'm worthy of this. And now, obviously, I wouldn't change a thing. I invest in myself all the time, all day, every day in my business, right? It's just an expense line in my business at this point. It's not sort of something I'm kind of considering actively in that way, like I'm not redeciding all of the time. But anyway, I just wanted to say that in terms of like, I like to be clear and transparent that this isn't just something that I am teaching or preaching. This is how I live. And the reason that I'm teaching or preaching this is because I've been living this way and it works really well, and I want the same results for you. So anyway, oh my goodness, on that point, did you hear the behind the scenes? Did you come to the behind the scenes live stream that took 3, not 1, but 3 parts, 3 attempts to get through the content? My broadband connection and Facebook were not loving me that day, and I just kept having my live stream ended while I'd be like mid-flow. But anyway, yeah, so I just got into a little chat there about like what I do behind the scenes. But if you want to know more about what I do behind the scenes, specifically what I do using my feminine energy in my business right now, then make sure that you've checked out that live stream. But anyway, I just had to mention that. It was so funny. So I hope you've enjoyed today's show. If you want to find out more about what we've been discussing, head over to the show notes on the website, CoreyJavid.com/podcast/industry lie. I hope this has been an eye-opener. I really hope this has been empowering and a game changer. And if you're ready to really put your energy and your mindset prioritized in your business and create fast money results, fast, happiness results, like it's not just about the money, it's about the whole shebang. It's about how we live life, right? If you're ready for that, if you're ready to like live life large and start enjoying it and living it to the fullest, my love, and making more money with ease, then that's what we do inside of the Elevated Abundance Mastermind. Head over to CoreyJavid.com/elevate. Get your buns on the wait list, my love. And whatever you do, never forget, you are limitless. Bye for now. Hey, my love, do we talk every Tuesday? If not, we totally should. You see, each Tuesday, I send out a message exclusively to my besties on my email list. These are pep talks, hits of inspiration, behind-the-scene peeks, lessons I've learned in life, business, and motherhood, and notes from the heart. And, if I say so myself, these are some gold you don't want to be missing out on. Head over to CoreyJavid.com/Tuesday and sign up to receive my weekly notes. Plus, you'll be gifted my morning mindset routine designed to help you slay your day and your goals, because I believe, even as mothers, we can have a morning mindset routine that works for us. That's CoreyJavid.com/Tuesday.